Amiibos are basically little statues with a special chip in the base called an RFID chip that can communicate with the receiver, and it does certain things in game. It's the same system that Skylanders use and that Galaxy's Edge kyber crystals use. And with FNAF having a Switch version, or I guess multiple technically, a system with built-in Amiibo support, if they decide to go down this route with FNAF, what characters would we like to see in a miniature statue cash grab form? That's what we're exploring today. Let's do it. And it's an Helpy. I feel like Helpy is an obvious place to start this list. I mean, like, even in the FNAF universe, Helpy is a small plastic figure from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. He's also a recurring character and an opponent in Ultimate Custom Night. Helpy is a mini version of Funtime Freddy from Sister Location with a white body, purple accents, pink cheeks, a small black top hat, eyebrows, and his eyes composing of like purple eyelids, you know, blue irises. But against his original counterpart, he has actually like 2 circular hands, 4 fingers, and no toes, and no faceplates. He's just got the one face. He also seems to be pretty fragile, since every time you act like he hits the ground or gets hurt in a mini game, he breaks his neck. When Helpy appears in Ultimate Custom Night's office though, the player needs to click on him quickly, otherwise he'll start wailing the air horn, which will agitate sound sensitive animatronics and result in them trying to kill you. So yeah, I mean, we all love this guy too. Plus, we know for a fact that someone is going to tear him off of his base, add a bodybuilder body to it, and then add his head back on top. And you know what? That's the kind of dedication we need. That's the kind of dedication that prevents all forms of anxiety in relationships. That's true love. In at 9, Piranha Plushtrap. Piranha Plushtrap is Plushtrap's second skin from FNAF AR and like the 3rd skin overall in the Wicked Tides event. He was released on June 7, 2021 after being delayed 3 days for unknown reasons, and we actually had made a community post about him in the past, I think shortly after he was released. But personally to me, this is one of the scariest FNAF AR skins that they've ever added. Piranha Plushtrap is hardly like the original Plushtrap, now being made of a more organic flesh-like material and having realistic gums. His mouth is littered with long, thin, sharp teeth, and his eyes are extremely small and glow like a kind of ocean blue because, you know, Wicked Tides, Piranha, you get the idea. On the sides of his head are glowing orange gills, his feet glow that same orange color, his hands have orange webbing between them, and basically anything that's supposed to be somewhat like fish translucent like is orange. His ears are covered in small barnacles, and his mouth, stomach, right leg, and other areas are covered in like string-like algae. And when I said other areas, I just meant in general, not specifically, okay? Finally, his body is also covered in spikes, and his torso is split open, revealing his ribs. And you know what? While he may not be present in the normal games aside from FNAF AR, I think that this could be a cool way to get skins for Plushtrap in FNAF 4 or even Ultimate Custom Night. This could be a cool way to introduce kind of like paid skins into the game, but while also giving you a physical item so that you don't feel like you really wasted your money. Which is something that I know at least my parents would have brought up if I asked for them to like buy a skin for a game, which I never did because I didn't play games that had that. But like, if I had done that, they would have been like, oh, you're just buying a skin for a game, you don't get anything for it, it's useless, blah. So there you go, you get rid of that. Marketing. I went to school for that. And at 8, Flamethrower Bear Endo. Speaking of skins, Flamethrower Bear Endo was a new summer-themed animatronic added in the July 23rd, 2020 update from FNAF AR, known as the Sizzling Summer Event. Flamethrower Bear Endo is an orange endoskeleton with a large red welding mask and 2 large gas canisters on his back. The canisters are hooked up to a flamethrower attached to his arm, and I think you can see why I like this character. He may not be the most intimidating looks-wise, but the fact that he has a flamethrower probably makes him the most dangerous out of the bunch. Plus, I love fire. Some of these are like sure to have their advantages as well. Some of these characters are only good underwater or something, but this dude will just burn your house down for fun and won't really regret a thing about it, okay? Mostly because robots don't have emotions, but still, that's something to be scared of, okay? This guy is actually pretty cool. He's willing to like burn down, and I don't think that he'll really be waiting for your approval before absolutely going ballistic. But maybe this would be like an interesting way of getting new animatronics for Ultimate Custom Night, or maybe like a skin for the Easter egg Endo that you can find in Help Wanted in FNAF 2 that can show up in the office. You know, so they have like a flat mode for that on the Switch, I'm pretty sure, right? Is that a thing? Okay. I mean, it could be like a way to customize your security office in a sense, you know. And at 7, Daycare Attendant. The Daycare Attendant, otherwise known in game as Sun or Moon, is a superstar daycare animatronic that appears in Security Breach is a recurring antagonist in his moon form. As Sun, the daycare attendant is upbeat and energetic, annoyingly so, similar to Funtime Freddy. He enjoys doing activities with children, such as putting on puppet shows and drinking fizzy faz. I don't know why a robot is drinking soda, but that's aside the point. When Gregory knocks down the like plush can things as a way to distract him, Sun will panic and quickly rush to clean them up. He's also very serious about keeping the lights on as a way to prevent himself from transforming into his Moon version. As Moon, the daycare attendant is malevolent and aggressive and constantly chases Gregory once the lights are off and then every hour on the hour, and tries to punish him for going past his bedtime and being a naughty boy. I wish I was lying. Even though Moon still has a distaste for messes and is responsible for cleaning them up as his daytime counterpart is, but he does so in a more demented way. But I think that an amiibo that includes both of these characters on a stand, maybe back to back, would be really awesome. If these two characters like looking at like going like this or something like back to back, I don't know, I think it would be really cool. And I mean, like, I don't know what else to do, but yeah, I don't know what else I can say. But it would be cool, okay? And I like cool things, so let's do it. And at 6, Glamrock Freddy. Glamrock Freddy is one of the new Glamrock animatronics in Security Breach. Well, I say new, but the game's been out for almost a year. But he's the Glamrock version of Freddy Fazbear. I don't know how plain and simple that can get. Glamrock Freddy is based on the original Freddy Fazbear, but has like an early 1970s kind of neon vibe, similar to the other Glamrocks, I guess. Like Toy Freddy, he has a top hat, but this time has a blue stripe above the brim. He's got a microphone on a stand, and like a normal Glamrock Freddy holds it, and he has like, I don't know, he's more boxy, he's ripped, which is absolutely terrifying, and he has a light blue stripe, kind of like lightning thing, seen at like the center of his chest, and then like he has a stripe on the jaw. Anyway, his purpose in the game is to be Gregory's protector and tries to help him survive until 6 AM and escape, with the player being able to climb into his stomach, referred to as a birthday cake hatch, and then he can like take control and operate him like a mech, which is a whole other thing. His usage is limited though, and he'll lose power and is forced to recharge before being able to be used again, even though he's only supposed to be able to do it on the hour. Right, again, I'm not here to rant. He was voiced by Kellen Goff, who also voiced Funtime Freddy in Sister Location, Rockstar Foxy, Mr. Hippo, and Funtime Foxy in Ultimate Custom Night, and actually an unused Bonnie voice from FNAF VR. But come on, okay, the latest version of Freddy, who is definitely secretly evil, needs an amiibo like this so that we can throw it across the room when we find out that he inevitably betrayed us, because it's going to happen, I promise you, and you're gonna need something to throw when you get mad. Halfway through at number 5, VR Toy Freddy. VR Toy Freddy is a neon-themed skin for Toy Freddy released on May 7th of 2020 in FNAF AR. He's the first skin for Toy Freddy in the game, actually, and he's the first of 3 to be added for the Arcade Mayhem event. He appears to be similar to Toy Freddy in nature, kind of. He almost like shares the same model with him, but he's wearing VR goggles this time around, kind of like me when I'm depressed. His appearance is a dark neon purple, and he's got like neon, no, he's not neon black, but like, you know what I mean, okay? He has it on his hat, his bow tie, his buttons, his microphone. You're seeing it on screen right now. He's got kind of like those like cyber circuit lines a little bit, and he wears like a VR headset, like I said. But during encounters, he's actually replaced by his attack mode variant named Livewire Toy Freddy. In this form, his purple color turns to a fiery orange. He's covered in several glowing yellow circuit web textures, and he no longer wears his headset and reveals his horrifying bright yellow greenish eyes. And I think that that kind of thing would be really cool, like maybe if you had like the Livewire version replacing his back. So like instead of a bland back, like the normal one, you would have like his other version kind of coming out of him, which would be really cool to see. I want that. And at 4, Shadow Animatronics. The FNAF Shadow Animatronics are probably some of the most mysterious animatronics to date. These shadowy figures first appeared in FNAF 2, but have never gotten a solid explanation, much like most of this series. But the Shadow Animatronics are really a special case, with the 2 main ones being Shadow Bonnie and Shadow Freddy, and the odd appearance from Shadow Dee Dee, who honestly, Shadow Dee Dee isn't even mentioned in the Freddy files. There has to be something more with these animatronics, right? But honestly, we have no idea what these are, and there are plenty of theories about them. That they're Springlock victims from before William was, from the bite of 87, or maybe even the bite of 83, that Shadow Freddy is Crying Child, which kind of comes out of nowhere in my mind and doesn't really explain Shadow Bonnie, that the shadows are manifestations of emotions other than agony, or that they're just spirits, but they got kicked out of their animatronics when they were filled with new victims. But despite all of this, we still have nothing. So Shadow Animatronic Amiibos would be a great way to explain these characters properly, and it's something that we really need explained because it's been bugging me for a while and I'm tired of getting DMs about it. Getting close to the end, into number 3, Nightmare. Nightmare is the main antagonist of FNAF 4, okay? He also comes back in Ultimate Custom Night. Nightmare is a bipedal black nightmare bear animatronic, fairly obvious. His face has like scratches and is distorted all over it. His muzzle and jaw contains sharp teeth. He has blood stains on the corner of his gums and like on his teeth, and I don't get why, because he's supposed to be a freaking nightmare animatronic. He has red irises, his pupils like glow white, and I don't get it, okay? His body feature also, like, it contains like lighter accents kind of on his stomach, but again, it's all black, so I don't really know why they tried to do that. He's got a shiny yellow bow tie and another set of teeth over his stomach, because of course he does. Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare are also a tag team duo, invisible in Ultimate Custom Night on the cameras, and you can only really see them when they reach your doorways. And even when they do reach your doors, only their eyes are visible, but like, come on, okay? You know that this amiibo would be bad, especially since Nightmare is like kind of translucent, okay? That would be just damn cool to see on an amiibo, okay? Do it, damn it. But ultimately, in number 2, Purple Guy. While Purple Guy is not an animatronic, I still think that the most iconic FNAF character would be required as an amiibo. Like, I don't wear purple on this channel anymore because people kept calling me the Purple Guy, and the cops don't need any more ammo against me, okay? I wore it recently, but then I remembered, oh yeah, they call me a serial killer in the comments whenever I wear this, so I put it back after work and never looked at it again. Whether it be realistic or a pixelated version, I still think it would be great to see. I personally would prefer the pixelated version, so like do like a 3D of the original sprite that was introduced in FNAF 2, and if you don't agree and would rather have like the Dave Miller from the graphic novels version of the Silver Eyes, I'm going to ask you to kindly click off this video, mostly because I know that you won't because you made it this far already, so why leave before seeing number 1, but I also need to express my disappointment with how you want a realistic human Purple Guy instead of the iconic pixelation. So anyway, moving on to number 1. This number was mostly just to criticize you, like the majority of my trips to my parents' house. And finally, in at number 1, Springtrap. Springtrap is also kind of a mandatory amiibo in my mind, like if we were to get them anyway. Springtrap, previously known as Spring Bonnie, is the main antagonist of FNAF 3 and is a withered form of Spring Bonnie and, you know, the main antagonist of the series. On the wiki, he is listed as being possessed by William Afton. However, the truth is that Springtrap is William Afton after surviving the Springlock failure seen in FNAF 3's minigames. Surviving thanks to being possessed by the spirit of the one you should not have killed. And because, well, after all, he's the main antagonist of the series, and to be frank, based on the games that are available for the Switch, I think that the only version of William that could really appear is Springtrap, since Scraptrap doesn't come until after Michael's death, or along with Michael's death in FNAF 6, and they like wouldn't really kill off the antagonist. Okay, Burn Trap doesn't come until like Mike is after like dead, so like the only version that I really would see of like William that has robotic parts that could be used as an amiibo is Springtrap, or at least maybe until Security Breach is on the Switch. I don't know if it is or not, but I guess technically Scraptrap could make an appearance because of Ultimate Custom Night, but I don't like that one. I refuse to acknowledge its existence. Anyway, a Springtrap amiibo would be pretty cool. That's all the time we have for today, friends. Thank you all so much for watching all of my rambling. I have been in Shower Make on a Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.